Howdy. Welcome to a special Cooking with Cowboy Greg. I'm going to be making nachos live on Facebook Live on Sunday for the Create Wanakee Facebook page. To get a head start on these things, there's some prep work that we won't have time to cover on that Facebook Live. So this is going to be called Getting Your Meat Ready. So, got the ground chuck. I have a pound of it, and if you've never used ground chuck before, you can call it ground Charles. That's up to you. We have a jalapeno. Let me open that up so you can see it. We have a jalapeno here. This one is pretty big. It's probably not going to be spicy because it's so big. So we're gonna saute that first before adding the meat. We have black pepper that we're going to season the meat with. I have a few different beef rubs that I prefer to use. This one here is a Traeger beef rub. I got this at Ace Hardware. And then we have a Bucky Badger beef rub as well. I got it obviously because it has a badger on it. So, you know, on Wisconsin. We have chili powder, so you can add that to the meat too if you like a little bit extra spicy. I don't know if I covered this already, but we have black pepper that we're going to put into the meat. We can also use crushed red pepper flakes. And then we have our olive oil that we're going to use with our huge skillet to saute the jalapeno. So we're going to get that going. So let's get jalapeno sauteing. So, booyah to ya. We got our jalapeno. We're going to slice that up. Well, I'm going to slice it up. You can slice it up whenever you're ready. You can keep the seeds in if you want. It'll make it a little bit spicier. And then I just try to make them kind of small but big enough where people will see them if they don't like them in their nachos. These are going to be individual nachos, so one thing you can do if you have, a few different people over, fun activity is have them construct their nachos that they want to do. And they can make sure they have all the stuff on it that they want to have on it. So, very good. Jalapenos ready to go into our big giant skillet over here. So I've got the oil in, got the temperature set to medium high, and just about ready to add some tasty jalapenos. And depending on how many nachos you're planning on making, would depend on how many jalapenos you use. So I'm not making a ton of them, and I'm going to break them up as I'm sauteing them. Not making a ton of them, so I'm just using one jalapeno, probably for 8 nachos or so. We'll go from there. I'll put those jalapenos on the back burner for now because we are going to heat some meat. For this, nothing fancy, just throw the meat in. We are going to break up the chuck. We don't want burgers on our nachos. We want just ground beef. You want them to be kind of tiny. So for this step, we're just going to brown the meat and mix it in with the jalapenos in a little while. But the first thing we need to do is just brown it so that it kills any of the bad bacteria that are in there and it doesn't cross-contaminate into your jalapenos. I'm using 85-15 ground chuck, so I didn't have to use any like oil or butter or anything to kind of get the juices flowing. If you use like 90 or 93% lean, you may have to incorporate some of that stuff in there, or else it'll just kind of char. Once it's browned, we're going to drain out the oils and stuff that are given off on there. Alright, our meat is almost fully browned. Again, the heat is on like medium high. I'm on a gas stove, so cook up just a smidge faster that way. I know it'll heat up quicker, that's for sure. Alright, now I'm going to drain it and I'll meet you back over here to start mixing it in with the jalapenos. So now this is where we'll add the meat back in with the jalapenos. And it's where we can start seasoning too. I'm going to use my Traeger beef rub. And a little bit of extra black pepper. And curveball, I'm going to put some salt in. And you can just mix that up. I know it looks good, but you should smell it. Because it smells good too, not because it smells bad. So we're going to let that cook for a few minutes. And then you got meat for your tacos. Oops. Then you got meat for your nachos. I guess you could put it in tacos too. Just wanted to thank you for watching this. We got our meat for our nachos. We have we have our meat for our nachos. And if you're watching this before Sunday, September 20th, I think. Yeah, September 20th. I'll put a link to our event on the Create Wanna Key page, so you can tune in and watch Cooking with Cowboy Greg cook some nachos live. So, giddy up.